Hello and welcome back to Holt, Michigan for Gatekeeper and Heiser Media's combined coverage of the 2024 Discraft CCR Open, fueled by Great Lakes Disc. This is a Disc Golf Pro Tour Q Series event. We're very excited to bring you this coverage. I'm Nathan Johnson, joined in the booth today by Nick Hanson. How's it going, Nick?
It's going good. We've got a little better weather today. Not going to see the rain that we saw yesterday, so excited about that. We're on a little bit tighter, more wooded course, and it's going to be exciting to see what these guys can do today.
Yeah, no familiar faces from our feature card yesterday. 4 new players, all shooting double-digit rounds to make their way into this feature card for round 2. We will see shortly how they fare at this much tighter wooded track.
Hole 1 here, 314 feet. Par 3, you've got this initial gap that you have to hit, and then you got to climb this hill to get your birdie.
This is our lead card, leading us off, shooting a 50 in round 1, GT Hancock.
GT Hancock leading the way after a hot 12 under first round score. He's already got 1 Q Series win under his belt this year earlier at the Capital Disc Open in Texas, and had a second place finish that we saw on Heiser Media and Gatekeeper Media at the Kansas City Wide Open this year. So playing well at some of these events. This looks like a nice line out of the hand. Gets
Shooting
a
a
skip
51
up the hill.
in round 1. Up next, we have Braeden, sides.
Perfect landing zone is just hitting that top of the hill, so it skips just barely over it, and as you saw, into bullseye.
Yeah, Braeden Sides, sponsored by Castoplast. Had a very solid season as well. Struggled a bit at the World Championships, but obviously bouncing back very successfully this week. And this looks like a smooth shot from him. It just needs a bit of a skip.
Teeing third, shooting a 52 in round 1, Joel Freeman.
Joel Freeman now lining up his shot. Nice solid 10 under round 1 from him. Never a surprise to see him on a lead card at any tournament. Super well-rounded game, forehand backhand
And last on the
combo.
card, also with a 52 in round
a nice
1,
shot.
Paul Krans.
Yes, great shots from our card already here. Everybody hitting the gap, which is expected from these guys, but can be a little nerves for some.
Yeah, we got Paul Krans rounding out this lead card. Looks a little early out of the hand and does catch those left side trees. Gonna have to throw an up shot. Or maybe just a long jump putt to get up and down for his par.
Yeah, I don't know that he's running that one. Just want to make sure you can get up and down like you're saying.
Long birdie look for Braeden Sides. Just outside the circle. Slightly uphill and just never quite had the height there. A bit low.
Joel here from what looks like just inside the circle. See if he can get started early.
Yeah, a little right side, but does stick. Nice putt for Joel. Gets his round 2 started on the right foot.
GT able to just tap one in, starting where he left off from last round.
Yeah, hole 1. Not the hardest hole on the course by any means, but a great one to pick up to get your round started. Moving in that right direction.
Right, hole 2, 671 feet, par 4. Players are trying to throw it just past this bridge somewhere if they can do that, they're going to find themselves in a decent spot to get up and down. It is fairly downhill, so with the right winds, we could see players go for it. So we have a check-in here from Owen Scoggins.
Yeah, thank you to Crew 42 for providing us this footage for some FPO check-ins throughout the day. Well thrown upshot there from Owen. Absolutely parks it. She had a great round 1 and looks like she started round 2 in that same direction.
GT putting a good move on this one. And that's going to be just fine. Hyzering out at that distance gives him another hyzer to the basket.
Yeah, this tee shot's downhill enough that at only 671 feet, as long as you keep something in the fairway here, should be a pretty standard up and down. Although that is a bit overturned from Joel.
Yeah, that was unexpected. It was almost pushing it down as well. Seemed to be quite a bit shorter than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, pretty stiff headwind it looks like coming at these players, so sure just didn't quite stable up as much as he would have liked. This one is high from Braeden. Looks like it is going to find the fairway though. Just a little bit left, but that'll be just fine over near where Hancock ended up.
Paul trying to maybe put a move on one, but this is going to get stable and he's going to be in that same zone most of our card filter to.
Yeah, these guys, even though not the best tee shots, still probably less than 300 feet in from here and not too much in the way. So as long as you can stick something close, just like Joel is there.
Gonna be an easy drop in birdie there. Paul also gonna be able to drop one in. These are pretty routine up shots for these guys. They should be able to do this in their sleep.
Yeah, just take your overstable putter of choice, pop it up there on a little hyzer, and scoot it up to the basket. This one is maybe a little bit of a run from Braeden.
Yeah.
And yeah, GT got way up the fairway on this one. Scoots his a bit long as well, but these birdie putts are still well in that makeable range, only about 20-25 feet or so.
There we go. Looking at getting our first star birdie of the round. Be nice to get that one done early. Hopefully get a couple more today.
Yeah, it took us a while in round 1. I think it took us all the way to 17 to see a star frame from the guys, so looks like we're on a much better pace here in round 2.
Should see similar scores again today. I would hope for a couple double digits out of our card. I'm
sure the players would love to keep that up. Holt 2 did play as the second easiest hole on the course, so not too surprising of a result here.
Joel is gonna have an absolute dunk for birdie here. You gotta love those. On to hole 3, 320 feet, par 3. The hole is gonna move slightly left, but then you're gonna need to come back right at this very end. Maybe you can throw kind of with a right-hander, a sidearm that turns just a little bit, but then has a strong fade. And Owen is a good one to show us this shot.
The flex forehand queen looked a bit underturned out of the hand, but gets through nicely to give her a circle's edge putt for birdie. And I said it in round 1, I've never seen Owen miss a putt, so like why start now? You know, knocks that one down. 'It's a great pickup. Hancock up first. He is going to go for that forehand line. This looks like it's on a good angle and does fight through some of those branches to put him about 28 feet.
Yeah, that's a great shot. Got it up in the air and let it just fade back at the end, sneaking through those last trees. See if Joel can do the same thing.
Golly.
That one was on a nice line, but just caught something at the end of the flight. This guy's all opting for that flex forehand line. Braeden up next. This looks a bit overturned. We'll see if it has enough stability.
Oh, wow. This is way deep.
Yeah, just never quite came back out.
We are going to see one backhand here. The backhand can sneak through, so see what Paul's got in store for us.
Yeah, just need something with a super late flip. So we'll see if he's got the angle control.
Gotta catch early. Have about a quarter of the fairway left.
Yep, just a simple little pitch up there. We'll be able to save his par. Let's see just how deep Braeden went. Looks like in that 60-foot range. Yeah, still a ton of a long putt here for him. Not too much in the way, luckily.
Oh, a good bit from deep, but just can't connect. We have Joel Freeman here from Circle 2 as well.
Oh, sick. Jeez, dude. What was that about?
Just a bit low for Joel. So GT looking to start 3 down through 3. Very makeable putt here from about 25, 28 feet, and he knocks it down.
No mercy right now from GT Hancock.
Yeah, that's a dream start after shooting the hot round in round 1 to keep it going here in round 2.
A lot of birdie opportunities over here, so not surprised to see us a few more under par than we were yesterday this time.
I just noticed Joel's rocking the 2 different shoes. That's a interesting fashion statement, but I'm not one to question
2
Joel's
different
fashion
shoes, huh?
decisions. You know, he's
Take
definitely a pioneer in the sport.
Taking a look at our results through 3 holes. No one's really putting the pressure on, so GT just kind of needs to keep doing his thing here. As we move into hole 4, 276 feet, par 3. It's slightly uphill, and then you have this kind of weird green to deal with, but you can attack it from either the right or left side.
So we've got a chase card check-in with Cadence Burge. What a putt from Circle 2. Looking to make a push of her own here and give Owen some trouble.
Depending on where that slid to, he might have a putt from that side. If it was long and skipped left, he might be in trouble.
Yeah, it looked a bit low out of the hand, so see if it got a bit sneaky. Joel's going to opt for the forehand play. On a nice line, just catches one of those late trees on the green.
I really do think on this one, the backhand that just slowly kind of turns right is the shot here.
Looks like that is what Braeden is lining up. Just a nice neutral putter. Just kind of let it drift the whole way.
Okay.
Find it.
Come on. Oh.
And that one was on a great line, just barely missed the basket. Unfortunately, does go about 30 long, so he will have a comeback putt coming up. Just a standstill for Paul here.
Interesting approach. Oh. Catching that right side, kicking left. He's going to be about halfway down the fairway. That's a decent shot to get up and down for par.
Yeah, Paul's been having to scramble a decent amount so far this round, but he's done a good job with it. Hits the pole there on his upshot.
Oh my goodness, that's how you get up and down right there. Oh, and see, like I was saying earlier, GT just a little long there. Kind of this pile of sticks.
Nicely thrown forehand there to get up and down for his par. Let's see where Joel ended up. Caught a tree just a bit short of the green. He's got this kind of up and over the hill putt from circle 2 and knocks it down. Great putt for Joel. Yeah, kind of a rude result for Braeden after the near ace on his tee shot.
Yeah,
Ends
just
up
kind of
40 long.
runs downhill after the basket, and he's just going to be a little short, not able to get it up and over the rim. Our players are going to tap in here. A couple shorties back to back. Not long, but they are a little technical, as you see. Only one birdie from our card.
That's probably good. Thank you. It's a little fancy.
Hole 5, 236 feet, downhill, par 3. The green is on this kind of slope. It runs away both sides, and as you see on that left-hand side, there is some OP to deal with. You can kind of turn it over on the forehand or let it leak with the backhand.
Objective number 1, got to get it out the gap to give yourself a putt. Joel going to go for the sidearm here. Makes a lot of sense with the shape of the fairway.
Oh, and Joel testing that OB, but getting past it. Gonna leave himself about a 30-footer.
Yeah, definitely turned that a little more than I'm sure he would have liked out of the hand. Hancock gonna opt for the backhand, going straight at it.
That's gonna be a nice one. Probably inside the circle, maybe only 10-15 feet is all.
Yeah, this is definitely one you want to stick close with that basket on the slope, and that out of bounds can get some unlucky breaks if you hit metal and don't find the basket on your putt. So this one's looking good from Braeden. We'll see what kind of ground play he gets on the opposite side of that hill.
Paul going to another standstill, looks like.
This one is executed well. Just drives that disc into the hill. Checks up nicely. So yeah, like you said, Dan, a little long for Joel. Or sorry, Nick. Oh my God, I'm so used to having Dan on commentary with me. My bad. He's got a bit of a comebacker here. And just lays it up. Wow.
Was that a layup?
I don't know. It's hard to read Joel's body language. I don't know what he's thinking. Maybe it was a safe bid that just came up short.
Perfectly online, just short. Oh well, he'll be tapping in 3 and be just fine with that. As Unfortunately, Braeden just out.
Yeah, some putting woes for Braeden early. He's had a look on pretty much every hole, but just doesn't quite have the confidence yet. Meanwhile, GT is just still rolling here early.
He is racking them up today. What is he, 4 down through 5?
Yeah.
Take starts like that when you're in the lead.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to catch him if he keeps it up. Paul Krans taps in his birdie as well, gets him to 2 under. Bit of a slow start for him, but hopefully this hole can get him moving in the right direction. Just really hasn't given himself too many looks yet. As Joel taps in his par there.
We're moved to hole 6. 482 feet, par 4. Playing up what appears to be a sledding hill. Quote me if I'm wrong in the comments. Most players are going to get about half to 3/4 of the way up. Usually won't be able to see their basket on their upshot, but pretty simple par 4.
Yeah, as we check in with, looks like Chantel Badinsky with her upshot here on the 6th. Dodges some late trees to absolutely park it for her birdie. Well played for the Canadian,
Nice.
and then taps it in right there.
It's always nice to tap it in for birdie. No complaints there. Getting a shot of own. Looked like maybe describing what her putt did on that one, but right before she dropped it in. So you have GT. Go ahead.
I say we still didn't see her miss it though, so I still don't believe she's ever missed a putt. As we hop back over, we got GT Hancock here. Bit low out of the hand, but it's on the hill just fine. So
Yeah,
He'll
you
play
just
from
need to
there.
get out. All these players can get up and down from their if you get out in that field. So I'd say not as challenging of par 4s on this front 9 here that we had yesterday's front 9. So
Yeah,
but
at
still
only
got to
4.
execute.
At only 482, even though it is a bit uphill at the end of the flight, definitely not too challenging for these players, and did end up playing as the easiest hole on the course to par.
And that looks to be overturned. Vickenheiser back out. I don't know that it made it out of that bush or not. Oh, there, it did.
Yeah, I think it kicked off that tree on the right and dropped him down here at the very bottom of the hill. So Braeden will have flat footing, but still a bit of a pump to get up into the green. Looks like he's going to go for the sidearm.
Oh, that's looking nice, though. If that could get a skip. Oh, no skip, but inside the circle.
Yeah, that just shows you, the difficulty of the hole. Not the hardest par 4 we've ever seen.
Yeah, not really shining. So we see GT going with the sidearm as well. Actually leaving it a little wide there. Might have an obstructed putt.
Yeah, it depends on how those trees line up with the basket. Might have to straddle or work something around them. Another just standstill putter shot from Krans. Nice little backboard from
Absolutely
that tree right
parks
there.
it.
Oh yeah, and Joel can actually see the basket.
Thank you.
Oh, and just the easiest of chip shots. It's not often you can see the basket from there, so pretty good drive out of Joel. He's known for having pretty good power, both backhand and forehand.
Definitely. So yeah, kind of a tester here for Hancock. Has to straddle around the tree and just leaves it a bit low. First real mistake we've seen from him today. And now will be an opportunity for everybody else on the card to pick up a stroke. Sides up first, having to work around that tree, but navigates it well.
Taking his time, making sure he connects on that one. This is one of those birdies you have to get out here today.
Yeah, anytime 70% of the field is birdieing a hole, I would definitely call that a musket birdie.
Quick check into our leaderboard. Emerson Keith out to a hot 5 down, only 2 off of GT Hancock. Still a tight race here, but on hole 7, 272 feet downhill, playing slightly left to right with OB Road there behind.
As we check in with FPO once again, just a standstill sidearm for her. Kind of playing for that circle's edge putt.
There we go. Another made putt from Owens Goggins. She's fun to watch.
100%. Seeing Paul Krans go to that standstill again. He loves these just down-tempo backhands. And when you got a bunch of sub 300 foot holes, it's not a bad option.
Misrelease there. Not going to be the easiest up and down from there to get his par. As we see Joel opting for the sidearm instead.
Yeah, just got to make sure it fades just in front of those last backside bushy trees, and he plays it perfectly. Checks up in the short grass right around that circle's edge mark where we saw Owen.
Gives him about a, yeah, exactly. That length of putt, and just almost like a death putt because he's got that road probably 6 or so, maybe 10 feet behind is all.
Yeah, this backhand can definitely be touchy. Do not want to throw anything that's going to fade out at the end of the flight, or that is how you will find that out of bounds. Just need a subtle drift the whole way, and that is an early release from Braeden.
Uncharacteristic out of both of these guys. Sometimes when you have to down tempo, it's easy to early release if you're not, giving it that same amount of pressure that you're usually holding it with when you're throwing it that 60 to 80 percentile.
Yeah, dude.
Ooh, that one just barely hangs on for Hancock. Testing the backside. So yeah, like you mentioned, Nick, tough scramble for Krans, and that one just comes up a bit short, maybe getting a little scared of that out of bounds.
Yeah, it's not where you want to be, and
this is not where you want to be either. I guess Braeden kicked left off his drive, and now gonna go for a shot along the road. Well done.
oof. Yeah, it's a tough one, but navigating it well as we see Paul here with his par putt.
Unable to connect.
GT for another birdie. Gets it to go. 5 under through 7 holes here, folks.
Yeah. Hot start continues for Hancock. See if Joel can match him here. This will get him to 5 under on his round as well, and just sneaks it over the rim.
This is a good spot to be, though, from that distance. So that way, if you do miss, you're not likely to go out of bounds. But make sure you give it a chance to go in.
Yeah, so after that nice scramble shot down the road from sides, he'll have this short putt for his par. And that's a good scramble there.
All right, here we are at hole 8. Another shorty but tricky one. 242 feet. The ideal shot, I feel like, skips up right there and gets like a little anti-skip right over this hill, so you still have a look. But man, it can run away from you in a hurry.
Get it?
Oh, what a death putt to run that by Own. If that doesn't go in, it's in the woods deep.
Yeah, from out in circle 2 as well. Baller putt there from Scoggins. Tricky shape on this tee shot, and the slope of the green makes it extra difficult to stick this one close.
More lucky? Be in the bushes, but
Ooh, and as we see,
5-footer maybe?
once you crest that hill, if you've got too much speed, you're going to be in the thick of it.
Yep, common result if you go to the forehand there from Joel. We'll see if he has any luck from those bushes deep of the basket. See if Hancock can show us that backhand line you were talking about, Nick.
Oh,
Needs a straight skip.
good shot.
Tough to tell from this angle, but it looks like he got a little bit. So we'll see how close he did get. But that's about it. You get it on a decent hyzer line. Hopefully it hits that upslope, gives it a little anti-skip right to the basket. Oh, see, that was just a little too much. That was hot. Maybe that might be circle 2.
Yeah, could potentially be a difficult scramble depending on how far into that rough he got. Gotta have the right amount of pace on this tee shot to give yourself a putt in the open. Another standstill from Paul.
Oh my God.
Ooh, and catching what looked like the last tree on the right side and kicking left. So we see GT here from probably about 40 feet or so.
Giving it a run.
Oh, wow. What a putt. He is feeling it here on this front 9 of round 2.
Yeah, wow, what a great putt. Yeah, same thing we just saw from Owen. Just the decision to run it and then knock it down. A putt like that, if you miss it, good chance you're taking a bogey.
Oof. Situation like that, are you running this now as someone that just
have
watched
to.
someone else make it?
Yeah, Paul has to run. He doesn't have a choice. Can't lay it up now. See what he does. Looks like he wants it.
Oh. Sit down now. Oh,
Oh
no.
my gosh. What a brutal break.
Yeah. It's a tough one to swallow there. Hits the basket for birdie and rolling to what looks like a bogey.
So Braden's back there somewhere. Does pitch out successfully. Give him a look for par, and yeah, is this Paul?
Yeah, that's Paul in there, unfortunately.
Oh, he throws it
No,
in.
he didn't.
The sidearm throw in to
Are
save
you
par.
kidding me?
Oh my god, that's so sick.
Wow.
Obviously, he's not happy because he would have loved the birdie, but that is a incredible shot.
Wow. As we see Joel just pitching out from about the same spot.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. That was sick.
Yeah. All right, Braeden. Now this is a par putt. Does knock it down. Yeah, we're seeing some very difficult sub 300 foot holes on this course. Very technical, like you said, Nick. And you really got to have your angle and speed control dialed to score out here.
And just after a couple short ones, we're going to go back to a long one. And this is one of the better holes on the course, I feel like. At 551 feet, par 4, players are going to throw a shot that goes slightly right. And then they're going to have this tunnel to shoot down to try and get their birdie. I've seen some pretty nasty shots get up there for the 2 look, but very unlikely.
Yeah, looks like Hancock has some sort of slower disc, probably mid-range in hand. Just looking to hit the gap, give himself a chance on that second shot.
Nice shot.
And that's exactly what you want to do. Nothing too special, just a good solid shot. Do 2 of those in a row. You're going to be looking at birdie.
See if Joel can match that line.
Looks like he's got a faster disc in the hand, though. Maybe trying to bite off a lot here with this. Oh. Yeah, catching unfortunately early and dropping. Would have loved to see where that one landed had it got full flight.
Yeah, just a bit overturned, I think, from Joel. Braeden, this looks like a fairway driver.
That looks too high. Oh, it's going to stay just below the canopy, and wow, that's going to push forward.
Yeah, got a
Leaving
little sneaky
himself-
on that right-hand side.
Yeah, very sneaky, but leaving himself only about 180 or so feet left of the basket.
Nice.
Oh, and this is exactly how you want to throw it from Krans. Just a nice soft turn.
So nice. Really, Joel the only one struggling off the tee here. See if he can scramble for a potential birdie opportunity. Yeah, unfortunately, just pitching it to the center of that fairway to get up and down for par.
Yeah, should have a pretty straightforward shot from there. Bit of a longer approach from Hancock after going slower with a slower disc off the tee. Just needs to kind of pitch something down this road. Navigate, or actually he's going wider.
Yeah, there is this right gap that you can hyzer all the way to the basket as we see him doing. Leaving himself about a 30-footer.
Paul kind of found the backside of this fairway, so likely taking a similar line. He does throw it very well. Scoots a bit long, maybe 25 feet or so. Yeah, great result from Braeden. Has a wide open 180-foot upshot, like you said.
Basically throwing it perfectly to that short position there, and a perfectly executed upshot to drop in a birdie.
Joel left that a bit short, has still a little bit of meat on the bone for his par putt. But we're going to hop to Krans first, about 25 feet long, for his birdie to get him to 3 under on the round. And knocks it down.
It's a good putt there. Sure, not what he wants at the front nine, but got to start somewhere. See if he can't pick it up as we go through these back nine holes here. Just as many birdie opportunities coming on that back nine, so make sure you tune into Heiser Media and check it out.
Hancock here to get to 7 under through 9 holes. Knocks
He
that
is
one down
on
as well.
fire again today. Good luck catching him this weekend if he keeps this pace up.
Joel knocking some of the dirt off his putter. Has this left for par. Just about 20 feet or so. Not a problem. Braden's going to finish our front nine with a drop in birdie. Gets him to 3 under par. Still some work to do for the 3 members of our card looking to catch GT Hancock, but the man is on an absolute heater. He is going to be tough to catch.
He is going to be tough to catch from anybody on this back of the field, but taking a look, we do see some players also putting in some good rounds, so excited to see where we go, and come join us on the back nine.
Yeah, like Nick said earlier, the back nine of this round 2 coverage will be on Heiser Media's YouTube channel, so make sure to hop over there to catch it. And until then, for Nick Hanson, I'm Nathan Johnson. We will see you over there.